Imagine opening your door only to see children standing there with lifeless eyes. So I'm truly terrified of black-eyed children. Black-eyed children are paranormal creatures that are said to resemble children 6 through 16. They have pale skin and black eyes. And when a reported encounter happens, you have to actually invite them in order to be in any danger. So how did this legend even get started? Well, tabloids have been covering the tales of these sightings since the 1980s. The biggest source who was indicated to have started this on the mainstream happened in 1996, in which a Texan reporter by the name of Brian Bethel had 2 alleged encounters with black-eyed children. So Brian was sitting outside of a theater in his car in Abilene, Texas, when he got a knock on his glass window. There was 2 boys there who seemed to be around the ages of 9 and 12, and they were both wearing hooded sweatshirts. He opened the window a crack, and they asked if they could have a ride to their mothers. He described one of the boys as being olive toned with curly hair and the other one red-headed with freckles and very pale. He stated that as they were talking, he felt a sense of dread come over him, and he told them that he wouldn't make it back in time for his movie. However, the second he said this, they pushed even harder. They started saying things like, "We're just kids, we don't have a weapon or anything," and that's when he noticed that their eyes were completely black. He told the boys no, and that's whenever they started to knock on his door harder, saying, "We can't come in unless you tell us to." He then drove away and noticed from the rearview mirror that the boys were completely gone. So this was the foundation to the black-eyed children story. But this would not even be close to the last. So how does one of the largest police investigations in Britain history relate to black-eyed children? So the next really significant sighting of black-eyed children happened in Cannock Chase, England. A woman and her mom were out for a walk whenever they heard a scream and saw a child walking in the distance. They could hear the child sobbing, and when they approached her to ask her if she was okay, she had her hands covering her eyes, and whenever she removed her hands, she revealed black eyes underneath. She then grabbed her daughter and jumped back, and by the time they did that, the girl had just disappeared. And years before, the police were actually led on a chase near that area for a girl with black eyes who was running through the woods by herself after someone reported her being there. And the police search showed up nothing. But Cannock Chase had made headlines in the 1960s for a highly reported case. 3 local schoolgirls between the ages of 5 and 7 had been abducted and murdered. And some say that the black-eyed child that lives over there is the ghost of one of those girls. But this still doesn't explain the thousands of sightings that have popped up around the world. So who or what are the black-eyed children? Are they ghosts, demons, vampires? So I'm going to be going into all the theories surrounding black-eyed children on my YouTube, as well as telling you guys more stories about sightings of black-eyed children. And forewarning, they're scary. I'm also going to be peeling this off my face in the YouTube video. I honestly cannot wait to get this off, so go over there and watch.